Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Apple Watch Series 8. Okay, so first of all, let me just answer this question straight. If you're somebody who's coming from an Apple Watch Series 5 and younger, should you upgrade to the Series 8? And my answer to that is no, do not upgrade. If you're coming from someone Series 4 and older, I would say yeah, maybe you can upgrade. You get some nice features like always on display, better battery life, fast charging. But yeah, anyway, as somebody, if you've been following my channel, you know I had a Series 5 40mm aluminum GPS model. I liked, this was actually my first experience with an Apple Watch, and it was great. I found the Apple Watch to be a very useful gadget, but 3 years has passed and I upgraded to a Series 8. And let me tell you straight, the only benefits that I've noticed with me having the Series 8 is I like fast charging. I like the bigger display. Now, truthfully, I upgraded to a bigger sized model. So I jumped from a 40mm to a 45mm, which is really beneficial because it's much easier now to press the buttons and interact with the watch. And it also fits my wrist better, I think. So as I said, bigger display, fast charging, and better battery life. And also a new look. If you're getting tired of, the way your Apple Watch looks. I've got mine in Starlight, GPS only, with this dark green neck sport band, which I forgot the name of. Yeah, I think it's a nice look. But if you take, for example, Apple's previous year's Series 7 and compare it to this, you will not literally able to spot a difference in terms of if you take the same models of these Apple Watches and look there ahead, you will just not be able to spot, unless you look at the back of the case where it tells the model designation, you will not be able to spot a difference. And it has been like that with Apple Watches in the past 3 years. Really, I think the Apple Watch Series 5 was like the pinnacle when they introduced always on display. And that's it. Since then, it has been minor, which is not bad. But I think what it tells us that the Apple Watch has really gotten to its peak of technology. And it's just actually not just with Apple Watches. iPhones have gotten the same, The iPhone 14, compare that to the 13, same story. Technology is just getting more and more in the peak. The new M2 iPad Pro, which I knew was going to be a spec bomb. I didn't really expect Apple, because I wouldn't really think they would do much anyway. But all it has is a new chip, which is not really that better than the previous one, the M1. But the Apple Watch, really, from the Series 6, all you had is a brighter always-on display and a blood oxygen sensor. Series 7, new design, updated design with bigger case sizes. And Series 8, wrist temperature measurement for women. And crash detection, which is a great safety feature, but it's not a big deal. And actually tests have been conducted by some professionals that it doesn't always actually accurately work. So I don't know. Let's just hope we'll not need to use that feature. From my experience, the Apple Watch Series 8 is great. It's a fast, smooth watch. Apple Watch has always been like that. My use case for it is notifications. I track workouts, and that's really it. That's the only things I actually find it useful for. And I like the customizability, the fact they can program a lot of watch faces and change the bands and stuff. So that's cool. But my use case from the Series 5 to this new Series 8 hasn't really changed. As I said, battery life is an improvement, but that's also to account that the battery life in my Series 5 was degraded by 20%, so that's something to take care of. The display is much bigger now, 5mm upgrade. As I said, I jumped sizes, and that makes it a lot easier to interact with the watch. Fast charging is a feature I liked. Apple introduced it with the Series 7. One of the mistakes I did previously with the Series 5 is I left it overnight, which did degrade the battery. Just give it a quick 15-minute charge and it'll be enough for that day. Also, a new feature I like on the Series 8 is a feature that they use from the Ultra, is compass backtracking. So in case you go to the woods, you don't have cell service, or your phone is out of battery, use your Apple Watch's compass to create a path that you follow and just backtrack it every, I don't know, every 5 to 10 minutes. And then in case you need to come back, you just follow it. So that's a great feature. Although I don't think many people are going to be using it, still quite cool. And also wrist temperature measurement, that's really available only for women. Maybe it's something that Apple is going to work on and add it for men as well, but it could be a useful feature for women. Although to be honest, it only works overnight. It measures temperature overnight, and I don't think people will be sleeping with their Apple Watches on. So again, quite a useless feature. And really, Apple Watches, as I said, have gotten so good. Like, I'm happy with my Series 8. Yes, there aren't anything new. I'm still happy with the upgrades I've got, you know. Just looking past at the 3 years of Apple Watch, we can see that Apple really has, technology has gotten to its peak, and they really can't, come up with anything new to, make Apple Watch great again. The only thing Apple did this year is they introduced an all-new model, the Ultra, which is a crazy, super hyped up Garmin type of Apple Watch made for really serious athletes. I don't think many athletes are going to be buying that. I mean, you get great battery life. You get up to 36 hours, and with low power mode, you can get up to 60 hours. And I actually haven't tested low power mode on the Apple Watch Series 8. I think I can get past maybe like 2 days of battery life if I use low power mode. But anyway, the Ultra is another story. I mean, it's an Apple Watch that costs $800. You get a titanium case, 49mm size case, with a lot of crazy features, which, even though it's made for hikers and stuff, I think a lot of normal consumers are going to be buying it just to get a different watch, because, the Series 8 looks exactly the same as the Series 7. So people are going to want something different, so they're going to buy the Ultra. I obviously wouldn't have done that because it just wouldn't fit my wrist, and I don't need all those crazy features. In that case, the Series 8 looks more sleeker because the Ultra is huge. It's quite huge. I've checked it out on my local Apple store, and yeah, it was very big for my wrist. So yeah, I mean, overall, the Apple Watch Series 8 is great, and you can upgrade it if your Apple Watch starts having degraded battery life, or you can notice it slowing down or something. But it's not something like, if you have a Series 5, 6, keep on to those. I don't think you should upgrade. Wait for the Series 9. I think Apple might have something special for us for the next year's Apple Watch. But also, really, let's discuss Apple's Watch's main problem. That's battery life. I don't mean battery life. I mean, it's Apple Watch versus its competitors. There are smartwatches out there that can hold a week on battery life, and that is obviously way ahead of the Apple Watch. And I think what Apple needs to work on is create something like that. A watch that can last for a week. That's what really is gonna get into people, I don't honestly get tired of charging my Apple Watch. I don't mind that. Some people don't like that process of having to charge your watch, when standard analog watches, they last for 10 years. So I think Apple should work on something like that. If there are companies out there already making smartwatches that last a week on battery life, I think Apple can do it too. So I think that's something we should see from Apple, definitely, is an Apple Watch that can last not maybe a week, but at least for like 3 days or something, confidently. That would be really cool. But yeah, guys, that's my review on the Series 8. So to cut it down short, if you're coming from a Series 5 and younger models, I feel like skip the 8 and just wait for the 9. If you're coming from the Series 4 and older, a Series 8 might be a nice upgrade. Always on display, better battery life, faster processor. Yeah, it's a nice Apple Watch, and I do like it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again in the next video.